the Right Honourable Dr. Denzil Douglas of the Federation of St. Christopher and Nevis.
Good. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Honourable Gaston Brown, Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, and the latest Prime Minister of the Caribbean region, and Mrs. Brown, Right Honourable Dr. Keith Mitchell, our distinguished Prime Minister of Grenada, the distinguished Honourable Ministers of the Cabinet of Antigua and Barbuda and your spouses, Honourable Parliamentarians, Your Excellencies, our ambassadors, and members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, members of the clergy, ladies and gentlemen, and comrades all of Antigua and Barbuda. Good evening to each and every one of you. Today, the 18th day of June, I salute the people of Antigua and Barbuda. I do so because you have demonstrated to the world that you are a mature and stable people in a mature and stable democracy. As individuals, you rallied behind whichever candidate your hearts and minds instructed you to. As individuals, you cast your votes in keeping with the dictates of your respective souls. But once the results were in, you as a people calmly and maturely accepted the collective will of the nation. I do indeed salute you on this most historic occasion. Permit me to commend the Honourable Baldwin Spencer, the immediate past Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, and his United Progressive Party for readily accepting the will of the people of this proud and progressive nation. His and his party's position has brought honor both to themselves and to your proud nation. Today, I praise and applaud the Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party, its comrade supporters, its members, its leadership. You waged a long and determined battle to recapture the hearts and minds of Antiguans and Barbudans at home and abroad, and all who others voted. And this you have most certainly done. You've done so clearly, dramatically, and unmistakably. It is a fact of history that the Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party was formed at a time when it took great courage to even think about organizing anything or anyone politically. It is a fact of history that the Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party was formed when standing for the people meant defending the utterly powerless against one of the mightiest empires the world has ever known. It is a fact, as we know, ladies and gentlemen, that the Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party was formed to bring the locked-in out, to make the stooped stand tall, to ensure that the people of these two islands would not be forever subjects, but citizens, full, proud, progressive citizens of Antigua and Barbuda. Citizens who vote, citizens who elect and administer and debate and eventually decide. Full citizens, dear friends, who no matter how vicious the storm and no matter how steep the climb, are ready to struggle and strive and push ever onward and ever upward as the prize being masters of your own destiny. As a nation and as a people, you stand tall and proud today. How easy it is in 2014 to forget that it was not always so in Antigua and Barbuda. How easy it is as we sit here this evening to forget that there was a time, a very, very long time, when self-actualization and self-mastery were deemed to be concepts that belonged to other people in other places. May we never forget that it was the Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party that changed that here in your country. Changed it for everyone. Forever. Forever and forever. Never to return to those days of old. And so this evening I salute you. I salute you. I salute in particular your Prime Minister, Gaston Brown. I pay homage to him today. You have led your party to a wondrous victory. And you have done so in a way that upholds the most time-honored and sacred principles of democratic governance. And Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party, it is a party well worth leading. And a couple of years ago, Mr. Prime Minister, you decided that you could lead this great party with competence and with vision into a brighter future. You pursued this goal, however, while adhering to the rules and regulations of the Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party. You did this while ensuring that the Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party continued to have the benefit of your strengths, your skills, and your presence. You ensured that whatever your own vision for this great party, you would work within the party to keep the Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party intact and strong to take that massive victory which you delivered last week, Thursday, for the benefit of the people of Antigua and Barbuda and the region. I remind us today that this great party was begun by the first Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, the Right Honourable Ver Conwell Baird. And then the people of this nation elected his esteemed son, the Honourable Lester Bryant Baird, Senior Minister Designate, who unfortunately is not here with us today, but he has and was elected to serve as your second Prime Minister. Please join me. Please join me, really, in a round of applause for the Honourable Lester Bryant Baird, former Prime Minister of this great nation, Antigua and Barbuda. Too often, ladies and gentlemen, we take for granted that which is truly precious, just because we have had it for a very long time. May the people of Antigua and Barbuda be forever aware of how fortunate you are. You are not one of those countries in which people do not have the right to vote. You are not among those nations which hold elections, but they are terribly flawed. And you are not, thank God, one of those countries in which election results have simply been ignored. You are blessed. Blessed to know nothing of those weights and nothing of those burdens. Today, the St. Kitts-Nevis Labour Party, which I am honored to lead, is the sister organization of the Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party. And I congratulate Prime Minister Brown, his cabinet, and the party at having secured such a compelling victory. You have given me the inspiration. You have given my party, the St. Kitts-Nevis Labour Party, the inspiration for a similar massive defeat whenever we call our elections very shortly in St. Kitts and Nevis. I have known and worked with your Prime Minister for many years, having been introduced to me by the former Prime Minister Lester Bird and the newly appointed Minister of Tourism, Economic Development and Energy, the Honourable Asad Anthony Michael. Give him his due applause. The members of the Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party, they have chosen Gaston Brown to lead the party. The people of Antigua and Barbuda have now chosen him and your party to lead this proud nation. Today, tonight, this evening, I ask of you full support to the Prime Minister and his new cabinet. Full confidence, full support to Gaston Brown and his new members of the cabinet. And I, as Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, am committed to working with him and his government, both within CARICOM as well as on a bilateral basis, to advance the interest of our two nations and indeed to advance the interest of our region. I say to Prime Minister Gaston Brown, St. Kitts and Nevis, the government of which I am leading, we stand ready to receive a delegation from you here so that we can show you how we are doing it. And you then will do it better than us. I say to you finally that you and your esteemed government can depend upon me for support and for exchange of ideas that will move forward not only the progressive agenda for the people of Antigua and Barbuda, but the agenda of the Caribbean region. May God bless the people of Antigua and Barbuda. May God bless your newly elected government. And may God bless the Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party. Thank you, thank you, thank you.